What's going on, friends? You are probably wondering what the heck this is. Well, I'm going to tell you all about it. My friends at Turboant sent us over a bicycle to try out, but not just any bicycle. This is one of the electric bicycles, and it's pretty close to riding a motorcycle. I had a blast on this thing. So guys, Turboant contacted me and asked me if I'd try out one of their electric bicycles. And I'm like, have you seen my channel? I don't pedal. And they were like, well, it's got a throttle. And I'm like, it's got a throttle? They're like, yes. So I said, okay, sold. Send it over. I'll give it a try. Guys, I think you're really going to enjoy this. I was pretty skeptical about it myself at first, but after trying one of these and riding it, I'm pretty excited about it. These things are pretty cool. Now, as you all know, Harley-Davidson came out with the electric balance bikes for kids, and now Harley-Davidson has their Serial 1 electric bicycles for adults, which, to me, those are more like collector's items. I don't think I'd spend that kind of money on one of those and actually try to ride it. This is Turboant's new Ranger R1 electric city bike. Now, this is the city version, the commuter version of the bike, which I thought it would work out great out here in my small little town. It's got this 500-watt brushless electric motor back here in the rear wheel. It's been an absolute blast to ride. I literally could not stop laughing and smiling riding this thing around. And the looks I got cruising around on a bicycle at about 20 miles an hour, just using the throttle, not even pedaling this thing, it was pretty hilarious. People's minds were like blown. But anyhow, guys, let's check out some of the features on this thing, and I'll tell you a little bit more about my experience with it. So first off, number one, we've got this brushless electric motor here. This thing is 500 watts. And I tell you what, it's got some torque to it. As we all know, all the electric stuff has instantaneous torque. This thing is awesome. Guys, this thing's decently light at 51 pounds, and it really doesn't even feel like 51 pounds. I mean, most of that weight is with the battery itself. Basically, the way you see it right here, it was 90% pre-assembled, and there was only a couple of things I had to do to it. The only things I had to do was put this front wheel on, which was really easy because you got this quick release right here. It unthreads and the axle pulls out. Super easy. Come up here, put this little bolt in, one on the other side, and mount their headlight. That was it as far as this part. And then, of course, I just had to mount the handlebars. And I do love the handlebars on this because they are the nice, big, fat, oversized handlebars. These levers are awesome. They got the little grip on there. Just great 1-2 finger operation, just like you would on your motorcycle. Another awesome feature on this bike is this working brake light. I thought that was really cool myself. The 7-speed quick shifter is awesome. You can sit here and thumb it down right here, and then you can just click it right back up, go right through the gears. Also comes with this 48 volt 2 amp hour battery right here. This is where most of the weight on the bike comes from, but charging port, easy to charge. Got a nice little weatherproof connector right here. Just slide the charging port in. And if you're sitting here thinking, oh well, that's all well and good, but I don't have power or a place to charge this thing, not a problem, got you covered. So say you don't have a place to charge this thing where you could actually put the bike, plug the charger in, no problem. It's got an anti-theft device on the battery, keyed lock, unlocks the battery, comes right off. You can take it anywhere you want to charge it. Simply to put it back on, we just slide this thing right back on here. Get her lined up, slides in, lock it, good to go. It's got a handy dandy battery indicator. Just push that, lights right up, tells you how much battery power you have left. It's got an awesome heads-up display. You just turn it on. Now you guys can ride this as a regular bicycle by just pedaling down the road, or it's got the selectable power levels from low to medium to high. That's your pedal assist. That's not going to make it go any faster with the throttle, but that determines the level of assist that you're going to get from the electric motor when you're pedaling the bike. Now, I will give you a little word to the wise here. If you have this in high, you better have both hands on the handlebars, because as soon as you touch the pedals, this thing's going to take off with a lot of torque, and it's going to try to pull you out the back. I know that sounds crazy coming from somebody that rides Harleys, but I about fell on my butt. This thing has an awesome little throttle lock out here, so with the power on, you just push the throttle lock out button in, and then now you can ride it just like a motorcycle. Release the button, pop it back out, and you're back to like a normal bicycle, and the throttle won't operate. This bike has some awesome disc brakes here on the back and another set on the front. Now, a little word to the wise when it comes to the disc brakes. You're going to want to make sure you get those brakes scrubbed in, because I know 20 miles an hour doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it will do all of 20 miles an hour with the throttle. If you've got the pedal assist with it in 7th gear, it will hit about 30 going downhill, because I did, you know me, I aired up the tires in it to make it go faster. I had to see what it would do. But scrub the brakes in. Make sure you have these disc brakes scrubbed in, because when you're running 25 miles an hour and you go to stop and the brakes are not scrubbed in, it doesn't stop very well. But once I got the brakes scrubbed in, everything was good to go from there. And guys, charging on this thing is easy with the 48 amp hour 2-volt charger. Plug it in, good to go. Charging times do vary between 3 to 7 hours, just depending on the level that your battery had in it when you actually got done riding and went to charge it. Now, I did mention it came 90% assembled, but like I say, other than the front fender, the front wheel, putting the handlebars on, and of course you have to install the pedals, but it came with everything you need right here in this generous toolkit they send with the bike. Now, you know, riding Harleys, we generally have to carry a toolkit with us. Not that I ever use it, because my Harleys are reliable. That's not a joke. They really are pretty reliable now. Now, guys, it also comes with 26-inch by 1.95-inch tires, and these are puncture resistant. So, of course, I tested the crap out of it. I took it up and down the sidewalks through town, rode down some open roads. I even took it out on some of the gravel roads around here. Now, I would highly suggest that you let some air out of the tires. I put 40 pounds in these and then went down the gravel roads and it about rattled my teeth out. But I'm going to give the bike kind of a pass on the off-road performance, because it is intended to be like a city commuter bike, like sidewalks, city streets, things like that. So in those areas where I did ride it, it was great. I mean, this thing was fantastic. Now, on the gravel roads, by letting a little air out of the tires, it does perform decently well out there. Now, of course, they do have some other models that are for off-road. They have the fat tire mountain bikes, which, with some front suspension, a little more powerful motor, those are going to be a lot better for that application. But as far as running down the paved roads, this thing is awesome. Now, they claim 60 miles on the high end with this thing. And 60 miles on the high end is probably more likely with low pedal assist, having your assist level set on low and mainly pedaling the bike, not just riding around with the throttle like I was, because I normally ride motorcycles. That's what I'm used to. But I enjoyed it. I mean, guys, I ran about 25 miles on this just using straight throttle, really no pedaling, and I gave up. I just be honest with you, I gave up on trying to deplete the battery doing that. Once I got this thing fully charged and started riding it around, yeah. And this thing's going to wear you out before this battery dies. So guys, you're probably wondering, I have a motorcycle channel, why did I test the bicycle? Well, I saw a lot of neat potential in this bike. If you guys have a toy hauler or a big trailer and you load your motorcycles up on it, throw this in there with it. It's only 50 pounds. That's a lot less weight, and this thing's a lot more comfortable than trying to ride a scooter or a pit bike around. And not only that, it's a lot quieter. Because like if you guys take your motorcycles out to a campground or something, you go out to the lake, you take your bikes, you got an RV, whatever, you're wanting to go ride your motorcycles. Well, a lot of these campgrounds, they have quiet hours and stuff, and sometimes you got to run some errands, run up to the store, do something like that. You don't want to get your truck out, your bike out. Hop on this thing. It's got a throttle. You can run up to the corner store, post office, whatever you need to do. I live in a small town, so this thing was absolutely perfect for me to just run across town real quick. Because I love to ride my bikes, but getting them out and just doing a short trip across town, I don't want to load it up. It's hard on the motor. By the time, it takes me longer to warm my motorcycle up to actually ride across town than it does to do the whole trip. This thing, I'm still on 2 wheels, I'm out in the open fresh air, and it does go fast enough to get a breeze in your hair. But guys, the bike has beautiful construction, very clean welds on it. Build quality is awesome on this thing. I had a wonderful time testing it. I really want to thank Turboant for sending it over and affording me this opportunity to test it out and share it with you guys. Now, just on a personal side note, personal preference, I wanted to leave the bike exactly the way it came to show you guys what you're going to get directly from the factory if you buy one. But for me personally, I think I'm going to have to do a little fender chop and a little fender delete on this because, you know, I ride Harley, so I got to customize it a little bit. But anyhow, guys, I really want to thank you for taking the time to check out the video, check out this bicycle. I know it's way off from what my normal content is, but the thing was so awesome. I had so much fun with it. I just had to share it with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're interested in one, don't forget my discount code Gixxerfoo. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but don't worry, we'll be back to our regular content on Fridays. But anyhow, guys, till next video, thank you for checking it out. Appreciate you watching. As always, stay safe on the streets, dodge the cars, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.